Hello and welcome. I'm Karen, thismainermom, and I'm so glad you've joined me. You'll notice I'm in the car. I'm at a soccer game for two of my kids. Life is busy, just like you. I am a very busy person. I have a clean and cook with me today. The cleaning I did that you're going to see is all the cleaning I got done that day, except for some sweeping that I did right before I went to bed. And the cook with me is a low-carb lasagna. And while the video is playing, I'm going to be talking to you about laziness because I hear a lot of women describe themselves as lazy, but I want to dispel the myth. I don't believe that you're lazy. So I hope you'll stay tuned. If you like what you see, I hope you'll consider subscribing by clicking on the red watermark subscribe button in the bottom right corner of this video, or the subscribe under the video, and that you'll click the bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload. And if you like this video, I hope you'll hit the like button, and then YouTube will know to recommend it to others, and I'll know to make more just like this. So let's get into it. I want to talk about laziness. Do you think you're lazy? Well, I would like to just challenge you. Maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're sitting there on the couch not getting anything done because you're exhausted. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you're fearful. Maybe you're depressed. There could be lots of things that make us freeze up, that make us kind of sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix. It's not always laziness. And I think if we can get to the core of why we're feeling the way we're feeling, that sometimes can do us so much good and just getting up and getting the things done that we want to. And you know, I don't even want to say the word depressed without saying that if you are even suspicious that depression might be the cause, it's never a bad idea to go and talk to your doctor about that. You know, it's okay to need help. We all need help. And sometimes that's the kind of help we need, is finding out what's truly wrong and getting the right cure or the right help for it. I do often struggle with anxiety myself, but I have found some ways around myself and the ways to handle my anxiety. One of the things I do to center myself is I spent a good deal of time, and I'm talking months, thinking about what are the deal breakers in the house? What are the things I really, really want done? And those are things I'm always going to have at the top of my list. Then I started trying to do a morning routine where I do cleaning that always is in the same order so that I don't have to actually think about what I'm doing. It's just automatic. You might have a completely different list that's based on your house, and that's fine. We all have those little things that bother us and things that we don't really care about. You know, some people don't like to see any clutter around. Others don't mind the clutter, but they want the sink cleaned out. You know, it's just everybody has their own set of things that they want done. And that's great. So I think getting those listed and then figuring out when are the times a day when you have energy and time that you can tackle those things, and maybe doing little bits at a time. Now that my sheets are in the washer and dryer, I'm making a low-carb lasagna, and I'm doing that using cabbage. And I really was just making some for myself that would be for my lunches for the week, but it actually made quite a bit. I was surprised because I was only using part of a head of cabbage, which is what you can see here as I get chopping on it. So I'm taking out a cabbage that really needed to be cooked, had to chop the ends off it, as you can see. And just cutting it up and getting it on the stove. I steamed it, and I steamed it enough that you could kind of see through the leaves, but I definitely did not want it to be mushy. Now I'm chopping up 1 bell pepper and 1 small onion because I absolutely love onions and green pepper in my tomato sauce. And I used a canned tomato sauce, so if you're low carb, then just use whatever is your favorite tomato sauce that doesn't have any sugar added. I used this day what we had in the pantry. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I'm hoping that it will fund itself in the future, so you can help me by clicking the red subscribe button that's right down here, or the subscribe button under the video. And if you could hit the like button, that would really help me out a lot too. Thank you so much. Once I had the onion and green pepper all chopped up, I started it sauteing with some avocado oil on the stove. Once the green pepper and onion are cooked, almost completely cooked through, I added a spoonful of garlic, minced garlic, and then I had about a pound. I didn't even measure it, honestly. I just took a hunk of hamburger, but it was about a pound, and I sauteed that with it. So now I'm assembling it, and I put cabbage on the bottom. So I didn't do a ton of layers, and part of that was just because I was using whatever ingredients I had. I just was completely doing this thing off the cuff, kind of shooting from the hip. So I had the cabbage, and then I had the meat mixture. Then I was just throwing down spoonfuls of ricotta. I sprinkled some Parmesan cheese, and I also then put mozzarella, and then I did a second layer of cabbage meat mixture, and I thought, oh, I'm not really going to be able to get a third layer in there, so once I put the meat mixture, I put the ricotta on top of that and the mozzarella on top of that, and just called it good, and put it in my oven that had been preheated to 400 degrees. Now it's coming out, and seriously, does that not look good? And now the sheets are out of the dryer, so it's time to make the bed again. And whenever I make my bed, I just think how happy I'm going to be when I get into it at night that I've got nice, clean sheets. And I think, having the why to why we're keeping the house really does help when my energy levels aren't the best. And just, again, thinking of those priorities that I have each day, and hitting them from the top of the list, so that way if I do fizzle out and I don't get very far, or if things get busy, I have gotten something accomplished, and I've started with what was most important to me. And then remembering to delegate if there's someone that you can delegate to that will help you, and calling in help. There's no shame in asking people from your church or from your workplace, or friends or relatives, if they might come. Maybe you can pay a young teenage girl to come and give you some help. There's just a lot of options that way. And I just think we tend to spend our time beating ourselves up and calling ourselves lazy and feeling guilty that we sat on the couch and put our feet up when we're really tired. And I think it's wrong. I think we need to be more kind to ourselves. If this is a struggle that you're having, I hope you'll let me know in the comments below. I'd like to pray for you, and I'd really like to encourage you today. So I hope this Clean and Cook With Me has been an encouragement to you today. I hope you've been encouraged and inspired to never call yourself lazy again. Think about, you can call yourself tired, you can call yourself stressed, you can call yourself needing help, but don't call yourself lazy, and don't feel guilty for putting your feet up. If you are new, I would love it if you would introduce yourself in the comments below so that I can greet you, get to know you. If you are having struggles, I hope you'll feel free to share those. I would love to pray for you, and I would love to encourage you today. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.